This will be a ramble on a lot of things, and I'll try to keep them in order in the way that I title the ramble this time around. If I don't, oh well. Because some people like to jump around and only hit one topic of my long, hour-long rambles. That's okay. Most of those are drama seekers anyway. So I think what we're going to talk about tonight is Mountain Dew, especially the new flavors. Then Inventor Gorilla, Mr. Clean, Phantom Lion. The fact that I just hit 200,000 video views. Then we're going to talk about the new Elder Scrolls video game Skyrim. Then what videos I'm going to probably be making next in the coming week. Besides the, from the hip videos that I make at all of this Occupy movement stuff that has become my channel. It's not really what I envisioned would happen when I first went down there, but I've had diversions on my channel before where I kind of have focused on one portion of my channel. Like you can see, most of the road sign videos that I've made have come in spurts, and this is just one of those spurts. And I hope that the movement lasts a long time. But yeah, my attention is kind of focused sometimes, and I get that. I get that a string of videos of mine all had less than 100 views on them because I have been putting out many videos on the same topic and people are tired of watching it. So, at least I liked making the videos. So, that's cool. And a couple of my videos right before this one performed a little bit better, so it looks like it's ramping up a bit more. I've always found that there's things that you can predict, like when midterms happen in college and in high school, and that's when YouTube video views go down. And I like to attribute it to that most of the time, but I know for me it's pretty much, I've been killing my channel with too much of Occupy everything. So, first off, I'm going to talk about Mountain Dew. I really like this new green Game Fuel Mountain Dew with a charge of tropical flavor on it, right? Wearing my Mountain Dew hoodie while I talk about this. I like the flavor of this new strawberry Mountain Dew that I had last week, but strawberry Mountain Dew and the throwback Mountain Dew made with real sugar both have a problem in them. Somehow the formula does not hold carbonation very well. So if you're like me and you can open a can and it will last like 4 hours sometimes, because I don't guzzle my cans. In fact, you can see right there, I don't really open my cans all the way. I liked the old cans with the smaller mouths to them. I kind of use these like one really long cigarette, and the throwback Mountain Dew and the strawberry Mountain Dew just don't hold carbonation. So, if you were to open one and then decide that you can't finish it before you go to sleep, well, it's going to be flat. And all sodas taste like crap when they're flat. So yeah, be warned. And I hate the red Game Fuel do that they've come back with again. It's not like Code Red Mountain Dew. It's got this aftertaste to it that's kind of like eating a Flintstones chewable. Don't like the red Game Fuel. The green Game Fuel, though, highly recommended. So, on to Inventor Gorilla and his video about the death of the Occupy movement. It's been defeated because IG says so. Yeah, previously on my channel, I pointed out that Mr. Clean was attacked. And I didn't really know how involved in the Occupy movement the guy that attacked him was. Of course, Mr. Clean had been having very live conversations, very lively interactions with people just prior to that. But as it turns out, the person that attacked him, from all accounts that I can grab, that person has only been there 2 or 3 times, and each time he's shown up disheveled and very drunk. So, yeah, he doesn't represent the occupiers themselves. When the occupiers got mad afterwards, that actually does reflect on their character, especially AJ saying that he deserved it. And when I saw that, I was like, don't blame the victim, you know? Even though Mr. Clean has done plenty to provoke them, you don't blame the victim. And in this case, it was Mr. Clean that was the victim of being roughed up by this drunkard. So, Inventor Gorilla says that, this is the nail in the coffin, that no one's going forward from here. Well, basically, in video terms, I can see how that would come across his brain, but in real life, we put that to the side almost as soon as it happened. Last night, which was a couple hours after Mr. Clean had that happen to him, and he went home and posted those videos and then sent them as a response to me while I was out doing a supply run for the Occupy movement. I met up with him and I asked him if he was okay, you know, because I had only heard about it. I didn't see it yet. And after seeing it, I understand why he very flippantly said, yeah, you know, I'm okay, you know, because I'd heard from other people that it was serious. So yeah. Talked with him a little bit more, and a couple of other people started to engage with him. Of course, they're disagreeing on a lot of things, but he's got the video of that, and he may or may not release it. I asked him if the law actually gets changed about the tents being there, will he still have a problem with it, with the tents being there? And he will. That's what he said. So, for me, that was just, you know, a little bit more insight as to where he's coming from, because it seems like most of what he's saying is that he's relying on the law for what he does not like. He doesn't like people who are breaking the law, you know, or even having a permit to bend the law. And he's all about finding code violations that are happening in order to get those tents shut down, because he doesn't like the tents. But I approached him with the question, you know, if Steve Bass doesn't have his case, squashed, if Steve Bass's case actually overturned the ordinance, or if we were to, actually submit an ordinance to the city council to pass that would overturn the previous one, that would revoke it, then, would he have a problem with the tents still? Without anything illegal about them, would he still have a problem? And he said yes. So, and what was interesting about that exchange, at one point, you always have people in a group that think that they're like legal experts, street legal experts. And at one point, Paulie was saying, you better not use my image on a commercial website like YouTube, or else I'm going to sue you. And Mr. Clean told him, you know what, about that threat, you don't have the gumption. You're not a doer. You don't have the gumption to sue me. And it's funny because on my last video that I uploaded, which was the death of Ocucar, Mr. Clean is in the comments section saying that it's sad because this is just more dissension. The fact that it was actually an occupier calling the police that started the whole process that got the Ocucar removed, because the police were called on Jack prior to that. And that this evidence of dissension in the ranks is basically evidence that this whole thing is just going to go away. It's just a flash in the pan. None of them are doers. And from the conversation last night, I got that he was saying that none of these people are doers. Well, I'm uploading a General Assembly unlisted right now. It's uploading. And in this General Assembly, which I'm going to link in the description box, which it's going to be another hour-long video, and I'm not really going to offer it publicly as something that I'm promoting people watch. But if you're interested, which I'm sure Inventor Gorilla and Mr. Clean will be, in this General Assembly, there was a lot of that dissension, but I actually see it more towards working itself out than what they're wanting it to be. And yeah, in this video, you're going to see Tony, who in my previous videos, he's the guy with his daughter and the dog, and they're always holding a sign. The last sign he had that I remember said paz, which is Spanish for peace, P-A-Z. And Tony, speaking against the actions of Jason, he did say that he liked some of what Jason had done for us, but he said that Jason was promoting a division by saying that some of us were doers and some of us were bitchers. The doers and the bitchers. And this is a common thing that had been said, batted around, that there were people that were just complaining and not actually doing anything. Well, the dissension that Mr. Clean is promoting, because I think he wants to promote dissension and get, have us fighting each other so that the tents get taken down. I think that's the whole point of his comment on that video. The way that he went about it there is kind of going to rub the dissenting people the wrong way and actually unify them more, because they really don't like being split into the doers and the bitchers. and anyone who's making that split is going to be seen as the enemy. So, yeah, fail on a psychological level, but good guess, I guess, as to what's going to help fuel the infighting and bickering. But as far as I'm concerned, I can't understand why it's gone on this long. I mean, I used to think that YouTube drama got to epic levels, and then I peeked my head out of my house and had the sunlight hit my pale skin for a while, and I left the confines of my computer room and started interacting with real people, and found that, wow, there's a lot more drama with real people, especially when you try to be all inclusive and be the 99%. You've got to deal with a lot of drama. In my little niche corner of the YouTube community, where we have a lot of skeptics, we don't deal with a lot of differing opinions to the point where we have to hear them a lot in ways that piss us off. And this movement, it had one focus, which was the banks got bailed out and they didn't use the funds right. There's no oversight. The banks created a problem through derivatives. And if you don't know about derivatives, you can Google it now and learn about it in 10 minutes. But basically, it was the banking problem that is why we're all here. But there's this mantra that has been preached that we need to be all inclusive and let our general assemblies hear anyone who has a grievance. It's not just grievances about banks. Tony, in this GA that I'm linking in the description box, Tony rants about how he wants to protest against war in general. We live in a town in Colorado Springs where we're surrounded by 4 military bases. So he's not going to get any support in a group that is trying to be all inclusive because, well, you've seen Taylor in my videos. He's a disabled vet with PTSD. There's a couple other veterans. There's me, a disabled vet. There's Meg, who every one of her family members is in some branch of the military, some of them stationed around her. And when we see anti-war things, some of us take it, differently than others. For me, I see anti-war protesters as being another side of the same coin, because I would want more bulletproof vests and more bulletproof armor for Humvees, and don't send our troops into some area unnecessarily, and he's arguing, well, don't send them at all and bring them home, and we both care about the troops. We both care. It's just I think he takes it a little bit further than that. In that part of his rant, which is in the GA in the description box, he was saying, I've spent a good portion of my life protesting for peace. Am I going to get like a Veterans Day for me? Something like that. Are you guys going to thank me for my service for peace? So there was his rant that was a different. It was a different cause altogether than the root cause of why we're all here. Right after his rant, you're going to hear Raven, uh, and she's going to say that it was not the corporation's fault because they're just doing their job and earning money. It wasn't the bank's fault. It was the government's fault. And placing the blame on the government rather than corporations and banks pretty much does make itself a different cause than what we're all there to protest. We're, you know, heck, all the signs that are pretty much just anti-corporations altogether are a side issue. All the people there that enjoy protesting against laws that would restrict medical marijuana. All the MMJ protesters, they are a different issue. Um, and it's hard to see all of these different issues in the same place. And then for me, it's really hard for me to hear things like I need to look up the Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission, or the Bilderbergers. It's really hard for me to hear people say that things that a 9/11 truther would say. It's really hard for me to hear about HARP and chemtrails as the skeptic that I am. And there are those people in this group. All these different causes under one umbrella. It's really hard to focus when everything is allowed to be brought up at a general assembly. Everyone's voice is allowed to be heard. And I don't really think that Mr. Clean adds anything to the dissension by his words of egging it on, because it's inherent in this mantra of everyone gets a voice, you know. And part of our talk last night, he was saying that pretty soon, sooner or later, somebody's going to have to boil down what we're all about and then make a proposal, and then people are going to look at that proposal, you know, whatever action we're going to take, and they're going to say, I didn't sign on for that, you know. And that is, you know, anti 99%, because if you are truly the most inclusive group that you can be, you can't get anything done unless, you know, 100% of people would agree with what you're doing, which that's pretty limiting, you know. Anyways, also I talked with Mr. Clean about something that he said that inspired me, which was, he said that we're not doers. That was one part of it, but also that we weren't clear in our vision, and we weren't taking action or anything. And you know, he hates the tents, which, you know, I've done a lot to supply the occupation and supply those tents that are there, and I will continue to do that. But I do see that as an expense. And I am willing to consider that a 24/7 occupation might be something that, you know, is just an expense that we could have foregone if we were just going to be getting something done. It's not something that we can forego and still be, you know, in support of Occupy Wall Street. But I'm not sure how long Occupy Wall Street will last. It could last years. It could be just this year. It could be dead this winter, like Inventor Gorilla and Mr. Clean want it to be. But going forward, after having networked with all these wonderful protesters, one of the things that I've done that Mr. Clean inspired me to do was I made a flash mob sign up. And people can go to the occupycs.org website, and one of the links is sign up for a flash mob here. And whenever we want to put together something that will be, a scene that we can make, to get a message out there, I think using this flash mob list of people to, say, hey, this is the cause, meet at this time, and then 2 hours later we're going to meet somewhere else, and we're going to make a statement, I think that's a lot more economical than a 24/7 protest, which has been expensive, and also people will be able to see the cause that is being protested for, and if they don't support it, they don't have to show up. But as per the mantra of the Occupy Wall Street movement, basically by showing up, you are agreeing to hear everyone's perspective on anything at all. And some of them are just way outside of what I would agree with. They're out there, I have stepped into the world of people who will still respect other people's positions when they are, even when they're batshit insane. Even when the conspiracy theories get to a point where, everybody and their mother must be on the CIA payroll for this to happen. Even then, that person still deserves respect, which has not been my life for at least the past 2 years of being a ponage artist on the internet. So, I hope you World of Warcraft players that are listening to this while you're playing a World of Warcraft can pause your game or tell your raid that you need to do something, and then just switch over to YouTube to this window real quick and just say, "Dude, you caught me playing Warcraft." Because I've caught people the last 4 or 5 times I've had one of these hour-long rambles. So, that's the end of what I want to say about Mr. Clean and Inventor Gorilla. They are very quick to say that this problem right here is evidence that you are going nowhere and that this is dead in the water before it even began. But I disagree, and so do all the people that keep on coming out. And I think this will be our generation's Woodstock, as it were, in that this is the moment that people are having a shift of opinion. And this shift of opinion is probably going to be lifelong. They're going to have this experience. So, next thing I'm going to talk about is I'm the dick in this situation with the Phantom Lion. In that I did not know that he was in a hospital sleeping because of a horrible car accident. I just today saw a video on the Shadows of Justice where his fellow superhero crime fighter compatriot named Faceless made a video where he says that a nurse called him to tell him that the Phantom Lion wanted her to call Faceless and tell him that the Phantom Lion was in the hospital. And unfortunately, that only got like 30 views on it, so not many people know about this. But yeah, it's in the same time frame that I was teasing the Phantom Lion for promising to play a video game and then not being anywhere online. And I had achieved that certain level in the video game where we could play together. Uh, so I'm a dick. Um, People are gonna say that. It's okay. Uh, I don't think it's anything that our relationship won't get past. Um, the next thing I'm going to talk about is I am very looking forward to some videos from Aldous Valor. Um, and I like that he has a filming schedule and he has exactly what videos he wants to put out on what days. I like that, and I see the quality of his videos. Um, Now, I just went past 200,000 video views. When I applied for partnership with YouTube and got denied just a few months ago, I only had 100,000 views. Now I have 200,000 views, and I'd probably still get denied partnership from YouTube because of the ratio of views to videos that I have. Because I'm up near like 1,000 videos uploaded and like 900 live. So, yeah. Unless I moved them all to my backup channel, the AOD archive channel, I'm probably going to be in that boat for a while, unless I get some influx of new subscribers that all watch my videos and then drive the video view counts up and get me closer to the average of what I think I need, which is 1,000 views per video, which right now I'm around 200 views per video if you average it out. And so, yeah. What I'm getting at here is I really wish that Aldous Valor would get more video views for the amount of effort he puts into his awesome videos. Now, he's made some less than stellar videos that he probably got the view count that he deserved. But when he makes the season finale, it's a fucking finale. It's like the finale at a fireworks show. He puts all the fucking ammunition in it, and it's fucking excellent. And I really wish that he got, thousands of views rather than hundreds. The only person who wishes this more than me is probably him. Yeah. So keep that thought, hold that thought, because I'm just going to talk about Skyrim. Now, Brian J. 1962 has made a couple videos about Skyrim, the new Elder Scrolls video game. And even Sexy Phil has he has copies that he's giving out to people as promos, and all you have to do is comment on his videos. I mean, this game is everywhere. In my house, I am the only holdout as an adult. Out of 4 adults in this house, 3 are playing the game right now, and I'm recording this video. The other 3 are playing this game. And my brother was talking with Brian J. 1962 on my computer and watching his video on Skyrim. So it's a big deal. And I'm pretty sure the sales of this game are massive. But Brian J. 1962 makes this video about the game and then does not title the video with the game's name. Instead, he just titles the video like he he normally does with his. He's got a structure of an abbreviation of the series of videos, and then he goes ahead and makes a very creative title. And for the video that he made, which was pretty much just him exploring the game, I think with titles and tags, he could have had that video up to 10,000 views over the day, with people waiting to buy the game or waiting on their copy to show up or waiting on it to download. He could have had so many video views, and then I don't know. And I wish there was some sort of thing that would tie in with All This Valor that externally could give him good view counts, because his passion for videos is there. But it seems to me that passion gets you nowhere in YouTube video view counts. Just check out my video called Media Lies About Cylindra. I put a lot of work into that, and it's around 150 views now. It might go up after people hear this while watching, while they're playing Warcraft. It could, but I doubt it. I think it's probably going to remain stagnant. And I enjoyed making it, and that's what counts, but the view count is going to probably be best on my videos that have some sort of meme attached to them. Like Occupy Sesame Street, I believe, is in the tens of thousands of views now, and Frankie getting the beat down from the police. Police videos seem to do very well in this Occupy movement, much better than people being peaceable. You know, like the movement's supposed to be about. Get one video of somebody getting shot with a rubber bullet, and then all of a sudden your view count goes through the roof. And unfortunately, that's not what I'm trying to portray. I'm trying to actually catch my moments in visiting there, which, you know, I'm not looking to see police drama. I did see some today, because at the end of the GA, which I am uploading right now unlisted, I saw someone, you know, collapsed and got to call 911 for him and get him some medical attention. And, you know, I kept my camera on and, you know, went from the GA area to, you know, help him out. But, you know, do I want things like that to happen? No, I don't want any police involvement, and I don't want any paramedics involvement, you know, videos to happen. I will catch them if they're there, but I'm not gonna, you know, look for them actively. I'd rather see people, you know, making changes positively. That's why I went to the Elisa Campman protest, and that's why I went to Steve Bass's arraignment. Another video that I think people who've seen me post video after video on Occupy don't want to see anymore. They're missing out if they don't watch the Steve Bass arraignment video, you know. But what can you do, you know? So my next big video that I'm going to put out, I'm working on a giant video ponage parody of the Fox News War on Christmas. And this is a subject that is years old, so there's lots of old Fox News footage on the War on Christmas, especially from Bill O'Reilly. And I am amassing the footage, and have probably 20% of this video done. And while I'm putting up other videos from the Occupy movement, I am arranging this one big video. And even though it probably will only get 100 or 200 views, I still think that having it out by, say, Thanksgiving, I think it'll be my gift to the people that watch my channel for really good content. And that'll be the one to look for. All the rest, if you're one of those people that's tired of hearing Occupy Anything, you might want to ignore all my videos until you see one on the war on Christmas. So, okay, that's it. Warcraft players, switch your videos, or just click on the video in the description box of this video, because that'll take you to another hour-long video that you won't have to click on anything else. Use it like a podcast, I guess.